PlayStation president Jim Ryan is now officially out of the company, and marking the occasion he provided a new interview with the official PlayStation podcast to talk about his thoughts on the future. He indicated that right now they are at the top of their game, being really clear and consistent about delivering great console, games, and experiences. PlayStation 5 is well on track to be our most successful console ever across multiple vectors, and I think the games and the gaming experiences you see on PlayStation 5 led by PlayStation Studios are the best that we have ever seen. Jim Ryan may have not been the most fan-favorite figure on PlayStation, but we can't deny the impact he's had on the brand and the gaming landscape, successfully launching PS5 and reaching over 54 million units in 3 years, besides record-breaking income and revenue in fiscal years 20 and 22, and a great lineup of games over the past few years. He's not perfect by any means, as he also said they believe in generations, later keeping several games cross-plat. PSVR 2 has been lackluster so far, raised prices on software and hardware, and started a move into live service games they had to adjust later. Back in September when he announced his departure, I asked here on the channel for you guys to give him a trophy, and with a poll of 125 votes, 58% of you chose Platinum, followed by Gold with 17%, Silver with 10%, and Bronze with 15%. It's unknown if PS5 will be their most successful console ever, as Ryan said, since they failed to beat their 25 million forecast for fiscal year 23, despite still shipping an insane 21 million units, which indicated the PS5 is slowing down and one of the reasons they want to launch a PS5 Pro. Besides, first-party software has also slowed down this year. They also have two juggernauts to beat, with PS4 having sold 117 million units as of July 2022, and also their best-selling console in PS2, which by the way Ryan gave an update, saying the console sold 160 million instead of the 155 reported back in March 2012. Analyst Daniel Ahmad made some quick back-of-the-napkin math on Twitter by looking at previous Sony sales reports and indicated that PS2 could have sold a range of over 158 to 161 million units, which falls in line with what Ryan said. What do you think about Jim Ryan's run as PlayStation president? Do you believe what he says that PS5 will be their most successful console? Sound off in the comments. Welcome to Hype4Games. Here are more gaming news that you need to know. We have more news on PS5 Pro after all the leaks we have seen recently, and Insider Gaming is now reporting the developer requirements that need to be met for games to get the PS5 Pro Enhanced label, called internally Trinity Enhanced. That is the same type of label as in PS4 Pro that showed which games were offering better resolutions and frame rates by using the system's improved hardware. According to Tom Henderson, Sony wants games to offer an exclusive PS5 Pro graphics mode that combines PSSR to upscale resolution to 4K, PSSR being their DLSS-like solution, a constant 60 FPS, and add or increase ray tracing effects. He notes that developers will be able to do this because of a 28% faster RAM and 45% faster GPU, allowing for twice the rendering speed of the standard PS5. Games can also get the PS5 Pro Enhanced label if developers can increase target resolution for titles that run a fixed resolution on the standard console. An example would be CD Projekt improved Cyberpunk 2077 resolution, currently running at 1440p. Increase target maximum resolutions for titles that run at variable resolution on the standard console. An example here could be Remedy getting Alan Wake 2 running better than the current 847p in performance and 1270p in quality mode. Increase target frame rate for titles that target a fixed frame rate on the standard console. An example here could be WB Games improving Gotham Knights frame rate, which was capped at 30 FPS, or even Dragon's Dogma 2, which despite offering variable frame rate has had a frame rate cap to 30 FPS in the latest patch. And or include PS5 Pro ray tracing effects, which could apply to a lot of games that currently don't have ray tracing, or even to those that have, where they can offer improved versions. Now note that developers only have to hit one of these 4 requirements, but not all of them, so it will still depend on what developers decide to do and if that extra development on top is worth it for them, or if they partner with Sony to improve games and promote the new console. Upon launch, games may describe what improvements they have besides the enhanced label, but not all games will get the same support or features that Sony requires. Sony is expected to launch the upgraded console by the end of the year, but could probably delay it given they don't have a strong first-party output this year. What do you think about these requirements for PS5 Pro enhanced games? Does it move the needle for you to decide on getting the upgraded console? Share with us in the comments. Now time for a round of quickfire gaming news. It appears Sony was initially interested in getting Borderlands maker Gearbox as per the Virtual Economy podcast via YouTuber JoeRaptor. Podcast co-host Mike Fodder indicated that Sony probably only wanted Gearbox with Borderlands and Tiny Tina, but not the rest of the IPs, while Embracer was looking to maximize the sale by packing Gearbox with Brothers in Arms, Duke Nukem and Homeworld to Take-Two. The sale was completed last week, seeing the Borderlands studio joining the publisher they have long worked with for a total of $460 million. A Sony first-party game could be part of the upcoming Humble Choice for April, according to reliable leaker Bill Kun. The title is none other than Housemarque's roguelike shooter Returnal, which would be featured along Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Noita, Fashion Police Squad, Blacktail, Daisy Down the Bone Burrows, and Spiritia. Bill Kun, however, knows that one of the first 3 games could change at the last minute, and there's a chance Returnal is not included. It's interesting that the game could appear on a subscription service, which similar to Plus gives you access to a set of games per month, but unlike Sony's service, the games are yours to keep. After rumors started on a delay, Ubisoft has finally confirmed that XDefiant wouldn't be making its March release window, as there are still some improvements they want to test. For that, they are preparing for 12-hour server test sessions that will be worldwide on PS5, Xbox Series and PC to stress their servers and get critical data to prepare for launch. They say that after this test they will be able to lock in a final launch date and start sharing more on future content. XDefiant has presumably had a rocky development with a toxic work culture and crunch, as reported by Insider Gaming, to which Ubisoft replied they were committed to fighting against it with several preventive measures. And CD Projekt is fighting against microtransactions in single-player games, as per the studio CFO Piotr Nielobovics in an interview with Polish website Stockwatch, translated by Twitter user JuiceHead, where the executive said they do not see a place for microtransactions in the case of single-player games, but we do not rule out that we will use this solution in the future in the case of multiplayer projects. The Polish company recently revealed in an investor Q&A that they have a staff of over 400 people working on the upcoming Witcher 4, which co-CEO Michael Nowakowski promised will be adding new gameplay elements and new mechanics that you have not seen in their previous games. It appears that Hi-Fi Rush is following the tradition of other Xbox games that have jumped to PS5 and perform better on Sony's console rather than Microsoft's own Xbox Series. A report by Digital Foundry indicates the Tango Gameworks reading game is exact on both platforms in terms of performance, but PS5 gets the edge for shadow quality textures on characters and the game world. Similar cases have also been seen for Ghostwire Tokyo, with a better 120Hz output on PS5, which gives it up to a 10-frame lead over Xbox, and Pentiment launching with a 120Hz mode on PS5, later patched into the Xbox Series. Well, at least this shows Sony was being too dramatic, thinking Microsoft would downgrade Call of Duty on PS5 back during the legal battle over Activision. Last week we talked about a report from Kotaku that indicated Grand Theft Auto 6 was being delayed into 2026, and while it was already challenged by other insiders such as Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming, now Jason Schreier from Bloomberg has said the delay report was overblown. Schreier said that the Kotaku article was soft and full of caveats, besides indicating that Rockstar didn't provide any release window outside of 2025, and that despite the chance of an internal delay as in any other game project, that's currently not the case for Grand Theft Auto 6. What Kotaku did report correctly was a bug that's not allowing users of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Digital Edition to get the Platinum Trophy. It appears that multiple players have reported the issue with the trophy Can't Stop Won't Stop, where it doesn't recognize getting the high score for that side quest. The issue was introduced with the newest patch on March 20, which is why it's affecting mostly digital users, as you can delete the patch without deleting the full game, and re-downloading the game would give you the latest version. On the other hand, users with the disc can uninstall the game and relaunch it with the disc while being offline. Here's hoping Square Enix fixes it soon. Silent Hill 2's release date continues to be a question, and the title has gotten rated in yet another region, now with the ESRB giving a mature 17+ rating, the same as the original, with instances of blood and gore, language, sexual themes and violence, while describing some of its scenes indicating characters being impaled, enemies with body parts sewn together, and suggestive material. This follows a rating in South Korea last month, which often indicates a game is 6 to 9 months away from launch, and GameStop stores getting new marketing material promoting the game with a fall release window. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up or down to let me know your feedback. Check out more content you may like as well, such as Shift Up teasing a Stellar Blade sequel, and subscribe for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and I'll see you on the next one.